What's your guys' favorite movie?
First thing that comes to mind for me is Jim Carrey, Liar Liar. Can't get enough of that fucking movie.
Oh, it's so good,
I've probably seen it 126 times.
It's very specific.
Yeah, man, it's bad. Like, I just love that fucking movie.
Easy for me, fucking Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Really?
Oh yeah, love it.
Okay.
Favorite ever.
Cool.
So good. So good.
Huh.
Favorite song?
Oof. I don't know. That's a tough one.
That kind of, for me, if I had to choose a favorite song of all time, that would be really tough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could come up with an answer, but for me, like, I always have, like, I'll have a favorite song, Faith No More.
Yeah.
They've been my favorite band forever. Yeah. A favorite song, it kind of, I think this goes for most people, is you have a favorite song for a while, and, you get another kind of thing, but, yeah, Faith is my favorite band of all time.
Troy?
Oh, my favorite band of all time is Kiss.
Kiss?
Yeah, I grew up on Kiss. Was a huge fan. Especially Paul
you
Stanley.
talked about them in your...
Yeah, and the question... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And favorite book?
That's a good question.
Favorite book?
I'd say the Millennium series by Stieg Larsson. Really good. Like, and what's cool is, like, he died, and then, like, there's been... I don't know, I guess you'd call them ghostwriters, maybe literally. But, like, they've continued the series onward, and it's still just as good. They really studied his writing style, and that's like the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, the Millennium Trilogy, and now it's 5 or 6 books out. All of them are fantastic.
Eric?
Well, favorite
book?
Favorite book. It would help if I read.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to answer this question.
To be honest with you, and I'm not even ashamed to say it, I've never even read a novel from cover to cover.
I haven't either.
I have no... that's good to hear.
No, I've read a few biographies, but I've never read, like, a fictional story, like...
I'm not into fiction whatsoever, but just the fact, like, I just can't focus. Like, I'll be reading a book that, obviously, that I know I love, but I'm like 4 pages in, 5, 6 pages in, that I'm like, shit, what did I just read the last fucking 4 or 5 pages?
I'm the same way, yeah.
I can't focus on a book. Yeah. But now if we're talking audiobooks, I'd have to say 1984, George Orwell.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Oh, dude,
oh, man, I knew what to expect when I read it. I read it for the first time, like, 3 years ago. I was, like, super depressed. I was in the UK, like, posted up in my own dig. So I was like, I'll just escape this fucking melancholy with some light reading.
Light reading, all right. Jesus.
So I read 1984, and I was like, oh, God, I didn't see that coming.
No. I'm sure that helped your mental state. We're all fucked. Everything you said is coming true right now.
Yeah, it was good, though.
Oh,
it was a good
awesome.
book.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's
amazing that, like, who the fuck is this guy? Nostradamus? Like, he predicted everything.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It was good. That was a good one. Nice.
Do you think you have any more questions, Troy?
Yeah.
I got a question for Troy.
Okay, yeah. If you play.
All right. The question I got for you is, what is the hardest part for you when it comes to training guys?
Oh, man.
Like for me, it's getting them to bump. Like, to teach people how to bump drove me fucking nuts. What is it for you? I'd
say the first time I did it, that was it. And then I was like, well, I'm going to have to develop a strategy to make this easier. So what I did is I just implemented, like, a way where I could gradually build up to doing a full bump. And just breaking it down, super fucking hell, this guy's slow as shit. Breaking it down, like...
If this bothers you,
No, it's all good. No, we're good. And, like, micro-analyzing every... like, mechanism of this person's body physiology, like, that's allowed me to have more success with helping people bump. But I think really what the hardest part is for me is, like, seeing people's potential, and they're not, like, doing what it takes to live up to it. You know what I mean?
Okay. So they're not giving it their all type?
Yeah, and it's like, man, like, you could be good. It's like, who is, like, anybody that I train, I feel confident, like, if they're gonna succeed or, like, come out of my training program, who's to say they can't make it all the way? Like,
Yeah.
And I just don't think, like, why don't you just do it, man? Like, I'll give you every revenue, or like, not every, I'll give you every avenue that I can to help you out. I'll find free gym passes for you. I'll give you supplements. I'll give you training plans. Like, you know, and it's not just like some bro science shit. It's like, you know, I'm a certified trainer. Like, I can recommend things, and you know, I'd love to see somebody believe that, like, yeah, you know what, I think I can do something with this and work hard enough for it. I think that would be really cool, because, like, I wish people would, let me rephrase it, I wish people would have their own back the way that I have their back. That's the hardest part of me. Seeing people that, like, want it, but they don't, like, they put that mental, like, I have the dream, I want to have that drive and success, but it's like, then just do it. Just do something every day to put yourself a step further. And, you know, I do that, and it's like, well, it's worked okay, but,
yeah, I think for some people it's just breaking out of their shell.
I know, and it's like
just getting that confidence. Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, I'm sure you were the same. I was the same.
Yeah.
When I got into wrestling training, it's like, man, I'm trying to fulfill my dream here, but it's so surreal that I'm like self-conscious about it, kind of thing. I'm just like, you know, I almost feel stupid doing it because I'm just so, I don't know if it's low self-esteem or what it is, but I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I kind of felt that way too when I first got in.
Fucking, like, when you were saying earlier about how wrestling matured you, and it was kind of like everything in your adult life, that was like, yes, that is 100%. I started wrestling when I was a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's been no point in my adult life. You know, I've been wrestling since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
That's
what, 18?
18.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, most people, like, you know, I went to college later in life, but it's like most people, like, go to high school, go to university.
Yeah.
You know, maybe do some traveling, but fuck, man, like, I haven't.
I mean, I broke it when I was trained at 24. Yeah. Come my first match, I was still technically 24.
Yeah, okay.
But a couple days in, I was 25. So, I mean, I literally never left well, I left New Brunswick, PI and shit. I never left the Maritimes, I don't think. Never, you know, always lived with my parents, always lived with my grandparents, whoever. You know, I was just taking care of my entire life. And then all of a sudden, it's like,
wake up,
see you later. I'm going to fucking Calgary. I'm like, it was funny because there was no hesitation, there was no fear, there was nothing. It was just, let's fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook at ECW Pro Wrestling. Our next show is going to be right here, June 28th. Our big anniversary show is tomorrow.
Luckily, I didn't land on one motherfucking tap.
Two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. Thank you guys for coming out. Drive home safe.
Holy fuck, dude.
What do you think about what just happened?
You know for a fact that they did not beat Sabotage. They did not defeat Sabotage. If you think for a second that we're not going to get those titles back, you're sorely fucking mistaken. Because I didn't take the pin, we didn't get fucking beat, and we're going to destroy whoever has those titles when he gets fixed up.
So you just wrapped an entire show all by yourself, like 8 matches.
Yep. Thank you, Cody.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
What do you think?
It was awesome, but I am so tired. Can't wait to sleep in my own bed tonight. Woohoo!
Cody, he was first match, he was last match, and never once did he complain or bitch at all. You know? So Cody Blade, it Little Blay is a workhorse, and he's the guy that young kids in the Maritimes or all over the world need to look at and take notes, because this kid is the hardest working kid in the Maritimes, bar none. So if you don't know who he is, Little Blay, aka Cody Youngblood, is the future of this industry, I guess you can say. So yeah, Maritime Wrestling is in good hands with Little Blay. Now, New Scott, get out of here.
All right, I gotta go. Oh, there. What are you saying?
Dude, I'm pissed. Legit. This kind of set me on the sidelines. Didn't expect that to happen tonight. It's not over. Not by a long shot, Wonder Boys. See you around, kids.
Look at that back. Holy fuck. What are you thinking right now, little blood?
Well, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really expect that. Every time they get me with a wedgie, bro, I'm fucked. Like that wedgie, man, I got no defense against that goddamn wedgie, but I have my security man out there and shit, because you know what I'm saying? I need him to get my back, but like, damn, man, no guy from the Quebec be fucking coming in hard. Like, with that leg drop, man, through that table, I wasn't getting up after that. Man, I tried my best, but I ain't sabotaged. Shit. Yeah, when you get my back, I can't reach back there.
On my way to my match.
We got Dynamite Dylan Davis over here. We got the freshman Jeff James back here, over here, driving, and in the back seat we got me. Now, before these boys came and picked me up this morning, I thought of something that was kind of ironic. Now, the first ever Team New Scott road trip, official Team New Scott road trip, was on November 11th, 2001, and we went to Cape Breton. Now, and there was the three of us. So this is kind of like the new version of Team New Scott. So Jeff would be me.
I'd be you.
Dynamite would be Steen, because Steen always sat in the driver's seat. So Dynamite's classic Steen. This shit, I couldn't plan this stuff better if I tried. And me, New Scott, Scott Savage was always on the camera. So that kind of worked out as well. So we got classic Steen over there. We got new Jeff, whatever, over here. And we got retro me in the back seat. And we are heading to Cape Breton.
I don't want to be Steve.
You don't want to be Steve?
No.
Who do you want to be?
Anyone but Steve.
And who do you want to be?
Anybody but Steve.
Anybody but Steve?
Yeah.
What about, you could be Tony Armstrong?
I like Tony Armstrong.
Yeah, Tony Armstrong's a good dude.
I like more than Steve.
You could be Jeeves. Do you know Jeeves?
No.
Ashley?
No.
No, you don't know Jeeves? Okay, you could be Crystal and Scott.
Alright. You know what?
Osborne.
You know what? Steen ain't that bad. Alright, so maybe I could just be Steen just for this drive.
You're classic Steve.
Just for the
Classic Steen. Classic
We
Steen.
came up with, Steen wanted a name that had, Steen was a huge Rob Van Dam fan back in the day, right? Remember that Best of RVD I made you, Steen? So it was ended up being a bunch of hardcore stuff from Japan with the Headhunters. Anyway, he wanted 3 letters, so people would chant like RVD, RVD, RVD. So we went through a whole bunch of names, and we came up with Lincoln Von Steen, and he never used it. But when he got booked with Real Action Wrestling, he actually got a 3rd name, and he became Remington Steen. So he started going, and he said that was his middle name because he didn't want to drop the Lincoln everywhere else. So he became Lincoln Remington Steen. Classic Steen, baby.
Classic Remington.
Classic Remington Steen.
Remington. For Remington.
We'll get him announced as
The
that
one and
tonight,
only.
maybe. What?
I said the one and only.
The one and only. So you're like Triple D.
Yeah.
Dynamite Dylan Davis. How come your shirts don't have Triple D?
No.
Double D plus one.
So we're in collar and elbow.
Collar
of
and
course.
elbow. That's actually a
Always.
really sweet collar and elbow shirt. It says support your local wrestler on the back.
We'll probably-
I like that. Where can people get that shirt?
You can get it at collarandelbowbrand.com, and if you use my promo code Dynamite10, all capital letters, you'll save 10% on your order.
We'll get a shot of the back of the shirt later, and I'll insert it because it's actually pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Jeff's wearing the classic UCW shirt.
I am.
I got one of those as well. I'm wearing a New Scott shirt, but it's a New Scotland branded New Scott shirt.
And I'm wearing
it
another
just
too.
happened to work out well for me.
And I'm wearing a New Scott hat.
Yeah, me too. Jeff doesn't have a New Scott hat.
I know.
Jeff, you should get a New
Jeff,
Scott
I'm a
hat.
loser.
What do you do? Like, no, Jeff's too has his hair gel too nice to wear hats.
Yeah,
I admire that. I don't, you know, I don't wear hats.
He's the freshman.
Yeah, he's fresh.
the one and only.
He's fresh, but he's not much of a man.
I'm a young man.
A fresh young man.
All right,
Exactly.
fresh young man.
See, Harold gets it.
That's,
Okay.
that sounds kind of creepy. So, Dynamite. This will air afterwards. We are headed to Cape Breton's Reserve Mines Fire Hall, I believe. You're surprised tonight. Unfortunately, Kobe Christ was supposed to be here, but he got injured. Have you ever worked for ECPW before?
Yeah, I've worked. I've worked for them now.
Oh, you worked for them years ago, right?
No, it was
No?
actually. I worked for him, I think twice. So,
Okay.
the last event he had and the one before that I was on. But I didn't work for him for the first like little while I was here. He didn't run many shows when I moved here.
No, he stopped for a while
Yeah.
for personal reasons, but he's back doing it now. So
Yeah, so-
hopefully he continues. He's one of my favorite people to go. His shows back in the day,
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
And he's like Sheldon's awesome. He's so nice and cool too. Like
Yeah.
me and him hit it off immediately. We had like a mix up. We thought I was booked this weekend, and when he heard I was free and I was, I guess, available, he made sure I had a spot on his card, and it's not many guys do that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that
So what's it like going to be the surprise tonight?
Well-
Over good reaction.
Well, you see, as far as I'm concerned, they announced a fatal four-way. So I, in good conscience, cannot show up and not let a fatal four-way happen. So I'll be the fourth man in this fatal four-way.
Sweet.
Or, as they call it in Maine, the quadruple threat. They
actually call it that?
Yeah, so
Wow.
we were heading to Maine once. So we and Burke, we were booked for an event down in New Hampshire. And Little Blay and Big T, they were booked on a show in Maine. Or sorry, Little Blay was booked on a show in Maine the night before. So Little Blay put our names in a hat and he got us all a spot on that card. So on the way up, Burke messaged the guy who booked the show or whatever in the message. He said, "All right, he's like, yeah, so we're gonna have Little Blade, Big T, and Dynamite wrestle one of our guys here in a quadruple threat." So we started doing this sort of thing we did all weekend. We did the quadruple threat. So even now, whenever we're anywhere, we all go quadruple threat.
That's so
And it just pop.
It's so weird. Why?
I don't know, but you know what? And to be fair, like that was like the guys were so nice there and stuff, and
Yeah.
but I just never
It's
heard.
a weird name. No, I never heard that either. Yeah.
And I'm not like, hopefully they don't see this thing where like, haha, no, and that's just like,
Yeah, no,
just-
I went down there and Tony did a seminar or something there, and they didn't know he was like teaching them the international, right?
Yeah.
He was calling it the international, and they didn't know what it was. But they do it, but they had a different name for it. So maybe that happens in some places, and I've heard we call, or you guys here call a front bump, like where you flip and land on your back, right? A lot of people elsewhere call that a flip bump.
Yeah.
Have you come across that as well?
Oh yeah, I've heard both. And like, I don't want to is like up and overs.
Yeah.
For me, it's over and outs.
Yeah.
Up and overs.
Yeah.
But again, most times
This
like
should be a maritime thing.
it's just a lot of things are like mean the same thing, but just like spoken in totally different like terms. It's like, what do you mean? And it's like, oh, but then when you explain it, it's like, okay, now it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Why I call this instead of what I call it. So, for me, like I started it back in like Newfoundland. We didn't know, like, terms weren't common.
Right.
We know, so it was like just like learn it as you go kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Kids, my name is Lincoln Steen. This is Jeremiah Delinquent, and this and this is lighting a firework off the bridge in Cape Breton.
Close your freaking door.
Ah!
Oh, Jesus. Close your door, close your door, close your door. Door off the bridge. Close your door. We're getting freaking, close your door, close your door.
You're gonna blow up my gas tank, man. It's under the car.
Are you taping? Taping this?
That was blowing shit up off a bridge.
You smell that?
Smell that?
Close your door.
That's a smell of victory.
Close your door.
Coming in.
Freaking turn green, turn green.
Turn green.
How you light up?
There was only 3 in that. That was a ripoff.
How much you pay for that?
I know, but I could have easily held on to it with a pair of mitts on. That was awesome.
Take the camera, it's still recording, I think.
Oh, fuck.
That was freaking stupid. That went into the car. You could have died.
Oh, shut up, you fucking losers. All right, this is us driving over the bridge.
We're not
Waiting to
moving.
drive over the bridge.
We're going so fast. Holy shit. No, I was just doing it. Hi, this is Lincoln
You
Steen.
can open up the thing and turn it around and see yourself.
Oh, really? It's sweetness.
Flip it around.
It's green, dude. But it's upside down. Oh, no, it isn't. That's awesome. Hi, this is Lincoln Steen.
Jeremiah Delinquent in the back.
There's Jeremiah Delinquent in the back. He's
up?
kind of got this silhouette gimmick going on.
We just
And we got Harold driving. We are just leaving. Shit,
Time
that's
is 1:13.
really on my face. We are just leaving, crossing the bridge from Sydney to North Sydney. We don't need that light on, you moron.
The time is 1:10, Monday, November 11th, November 12th.
Look at the time. It's Monday. That light is really bright. Can I steal it? How many tools do you have in the back of your car?
Firecracker down.
Actually, nothing.
We should have flushed that firecracker down the porta potty.
That would have been fucking hilarious. Why didn't I think of that? It's like one of those movies where you're like driving down the highway. Am I taping everything important? Okay.
I don't have time to take that there. I took out the CW.
You took out the tape from tonight though, right?
Yep.
Alright, sweet.
We're about to head up Kelly Mountain.
This is, yeah. Alright, this is Kelly Mountain. And this is how we drive it at night. You have 245 minutes on this one. I feel like this is gonna be the greatest documentary ever.
So, Lincoln Steen,
Yes, Jeremiah Delinquent.
tell me your thoughts on the Maritime Wrestling Association.
I thought it was Alliance.
Apparently they changed it.
You sure it was a Canadian Wrestling Championship or something? Personally, my thoughts being a true professional in the industry and being there tonight, making to be felt like a that thought he knew what he was doing, while others have no idea what they're doing. But honestly, the night wasn't a complete waste, as we had to hang out with the wild girl, Kathy Yateman.
This is the corner. Right?
Joseph, I have IWF stuff for gimmick Joe Costello. The Blue Boy, Adam Gould. And let's not all forget everybody's quietest young girl, Tara Tope,
Yeah, what was that?
who actually has no name. I think she goes by Pandora or something like along those lines. Yeah, I think that's what her name was in the IWF, I'm not sure.
Very quiet.
She was extremely quiet, except during the show, because she has a big, huge Bobby Roode mark.
you wanted to sit in Jeremiah's lap.
Who doesn't want to sit in your lap, Jeremiah?
I was joking.
Now, Devo, if you're listening, and I know you are, I want to get paid more money than I've been getting. You made me wrestle Damian Dren.
Hey, trying to make...
I'm making this as real as possible.
Shoot interview #1.
Alright, video, shoot.
HK video #1. Shoot video
We should stop this logo gimmick up here.
That would a good place to light up that firework at. Except I would have probably started a fucking forest fire.
Drive, Harold, drive!
Christ, I'm all over the road. Oh, I'm going too close to the road. There we go.
3 guys running to Cape Breton with a video camera.
This is a car.
Only one of them came back.
Hey, hold on. Hi, my name is Lincoln Steen, and this is a car wreck.
I'm so scared.
We're back on the road. Oh, here we go again. Whoops. Shit. This is the Blair Witch Project. I'm so scared. I'm freaking out. This is my penis. Oh shit, it's in my pants and it's too dark. And this doesn't zoom in that far. Oh, I'm shooting on myself. And not in that way that you people that don't. I am not. Fuck her off. It's kind of cool because I get this like your entire car is like a black silhouette. This is a truck. Is it my dad? No, but I got some good shot of that. Why are we turning sideways? Oh.
Game, tell it's upside down because it's just a white line.
It's the road anyway.
It just looks like you're driving on the wrong side.
Maybe I'll drive
When you watch the tape, it's not gonna look like you're driving on the wrong side of the road. You fucking knob. If you turn upside down, it's gonna make the whole world upside down.
Driving in the sky, baby. Where's the sky right here?
No, I don't think I'll be at a Raw show. No offense to those
You're
guys.
going to the NWA, but you won't go to Raw.
No, just because when I go to Raw, I'm not the best person there. My entire reasoning for going to the MWA is so I feel good about myself. It's like when a good-looking guy pairs up with an ugly guy, you feel good about himself. That's why good-looking girls always have. And that's why I hate playing wingman for like most of my guy friends because they always. And like I said, I have this gimmick where I take my weight and divide it by 2, and if they weigh that or around that or less, I hit on them. How much did your mom weigh?
Oh!
She'll probably see this tape and want me.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else's mom except for Scott's.
What tapes do you have? Like,
I've got ECW Hardcore Evolution. I've got a bunch of those early ECW tapes. I got the one where Sabu breaks Benoit's neck. I've got 2 tapes from Wolverine Pro with Steve Carino and Low Key. Reckless Youth is on it. Variety of workers I've never heard of. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know that.
Oh, I used to put it in slow motion. And we used to pause it right where he hit the canvas. It's disgusting. Actually, I will lend you the tape because it's at that point where if you make a copy of it, because it's like a copy of a copy of a copy, like it will be garbage when you get it. And I wouldn't want to do something like that to you.
I'll make a copy of it anyway. I'm gonna double duck VCR.
8 heads?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. I won't be too bad.
It is hard. It gets me a good name though.
Yeah, seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I do it.
Scott, you want tape for a wall?
Yeah, you're gonna give me.
So, just let it go. Yeah, that's the reason why I do it, because like it'll give me a good name and I'll be able to go talk to them at a show saying, hey, I'm the guy that sent you these tapes.
Oh yeah. No, seriously, like, if you're into it like you are, it'd be awesome if wrestling friends.
Yeah. It is.
Like, that's really though.
It couldn't get no better.
Yeah. Like, that's why I want you to train me around. That's why I think you'd be an awesome referee.
Yeah.
And I honestly think you'd be good at it.
You wouldn't be able to do it every match though.
Hey,
It would get old.
this
quick.
is
What?
this is Jeremiah Delinquent here.
You wouldn't be able to do it every match. It would get
The
old
back
quick.
seat of the new Scott's car,
Right on.
somewhere in Cape Breton, not too far out of Sydney. It's coming back from the Maritime Wrestling Association show. Well, it was my second time up here in Cape Breton to watch
And we're
this
still not impressed.
show, and it's kind of weird because last time we were here, they basically rolled out the red carpet for us, gave us asked us to sit front row, and were invited us in the locker room. This time when we got here, it was a little bit different. They're kind of like, well, the first guy, I guess his name's Carlton or something.
It was called the Mark with the army gimmick.
Didn't really know who we were. Then someone kind of recognized me and said, "Oh, he's the guy from before." So I was like, "Okay, that's cool." But then he said,
Then Link and Steen walked in and they all remember me.
we'd have to pay. It's like, there's no way I'm paying for
Independent wrestling anywhere in Canada, let alone backyard wrestling.
for the MWA. Last time was free. We wouldn't do that to any other workers. I would never do that to another worker. So before the show, they said, you guys can stand around, sit around, but we'll come collect money from you later. So I was like, okay. Now you have to talk to the promoter. So I found out who the promoter was. I knew it was Shane, but I wasn't sure because last time he wasn't the head. He wasn't the head guy, but this time he was. Whatever happened. So we went down, we discussed it with him, and we ended up being able to stay for free. Which, thank you, we appreciate that. Yeah, props for that.
Yeah. We're not sending you a tape.
But yeah, the show was met some new people. I met
Comments people are making in the background. That's why I want to send them the tape.
met a couple guys. Joe, the Blue Boy gimmick guy, some Angel and Devil gimmick, Kathy and Tara. They were cool.
Talking to his ass right now, eh?
They were all very cool people. So after the show, we go to went to Wendy's, but they have the price of like $1.39, right? So I was like, I'm not falling for that crap. So we went to Timmy's. So we go to Tim Hortons, right? So I was like, well, I'm gonna go across the street to McDonald's and get some food. So I go across. So I get across to McDonald's, and they get this gimmick on. You get 2 hamburgers and 2 fries for $2.32. I was like, man, at 99 cents a burger, that's a pretty good deal. So I was like,
my parents had sex.
so I'm like, well, I'll get that $2.32 gimmick. Then I was like, well, I don't want to break my 10. I only got $2.75, $2.80 and change. So I asked, he's like, well, it comes to $2.69 or $2.68. So like, okay, give me that gimmick, $2.68. I want 2 hamburgers, just mustard ketchup on them and the fries. So I get the gimmick. I go back across the street to McDonald's
Much fat ketchup has in it.
to Tim Hortons. I sit down at Tim Hortons, start eating my fries, but I'm trying to kayfabe the bag, right? I don't want them to know. And Tim Hortons
It's not McDonald's, a Tim Hortons bag, honestly.
that I'm eating
It's
McDonald's, right?
The French stuff.
So then I pull my hamburger and it's a freaking cheeseburger. So it's like, so I mumbled something about they screwed up my order and I stormed out and everyone.
Everybody's gonna want to know that later.
And everybody in the restaurant kind of laughed because I didn't explain to them where I was going. So I go back over to McDonald's, right? I get in there. I'm like, yeah, I ordered 2 hamburgers and you gave me 2 cheeseburgers. And I hand her back the cheeseburger and she's like, oh, so do you want hamburgers? No, I'm just coming back to tell you that you screwed up my order and thank you for it.
Scott, you fucked up your order.
So I get my new hamburgers. And I didn't check them though. I go back over to the Tim Hortons and I sit down. I was like, well, I better not eat here. I better sit in the corner. So I went and sat in the corner, started to eat. And Lincoln cracked a joke at me and everybody laughed, but I didn't catch it. And then I finished my hamburgers, went back to my fries, and sat back at the table.
Something with him asking okay.
I think I was talking about the February gimmick.
Yeah, you were. That's right.
I wanted to draw a hole and die, but I had Scott up there first. Man, I wanted to draw a hole and die. I had the next Scott up there first.
But no, it's been an interesting night. Met some cool people. Saw some cool action in the ring.
What?
Yeah, that part's a joke.
What?
What? You know.
What?
What?
That caught on better than anything I've ever heard wrestling. What? Like, that's crazy.
What?
It's one word.
What?
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 See?
What? Sucker.
My name's
I got
not
the-
Sucker. My name's Rob Van Dam.
What?
Why is his name?
And then the coolest thing tonight, D's the blue guy, looked at me, pointed his thumbs at himself, and goes, JDL.
What?